breaking updates as far as the Delhi blast case is concerned. As per the Delhi police sources, the police have recovered the CCTV footage of Dr. Umar, the main conspirator in this case, and the suspected bomber from approximately 50 locations. This means that since Dr. Umar is entered the national capital from Faridabad, he has travelled around half of Delhi. According to the Delhi police mapping, he drove around several locations in Delhi before 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And according to Delhi Police District, he was first seen in several locations from Faridabad to South-East District, then to the East District, and then to the Ring Road, to the Central District as well. Then he went to the Northern District and then to Ashok Vihar in Northwest District. So this is how the agencies have tracked the footprint of Dr. Umar Nabi, the suspected bomber in this case. Let me bring in my colleague Priyank, who has more details on this. Priyank, do tell us about the exclusive details that Times Now has accessed as far as Umar visiting 50 locations across the national capital before he, in fact, carried out that bomb blast.
See, Akansha, not only Umar, but all these doctors who have been arrested by the Jammu and Kashmir police, whose custody will now be taken by the National Investigation Agency, were the one who had done recce at several locations. You can imagine the kind of impact it could have created by them because of the kind of explosive and the IDs which they were about to make and plant it at several other locations. It's certainly something on which the agencies have been working on. That's why the top sources at the Ministry of Home Affairs had mentioned that a major tragedy could have been carried out by these individuals when these accused could not have been arrested in the joint operation by the Jammu and Kashmir police and the Haryana ATS. Now, the fact of the matter is that over the period of next few days, all those locations and the foot soldiers, the sleeper cells will be the prime target for the National Investigation Agency, so that the larger module can be bursted, the larger nexus can be bursted. Dr. Shaina, who was working for this organization, for the terror handlers who are based in Pakistan, had been recruiting several other individuals over the period of last 10 years. So that is the prime focus for the agencies. Certainly, Umar also visited several locations, but he was not prepared when this explosion happened. The ID was not in a total formation because the sharpness were not present there. So the larger impact of the explosion could not happen because of the sharpness being missing from this particular ID. Certainly they would have thought about it, but they could not got time to make this kind of ID which can have sharpness, which can create further larger impact. So these are the factors on which the agencies have been working on. The tracking of his location will be part of the charge sheet whenever NIA will be filing a charge sheet in this case. But for them, the bigger role is to look for and hunt for all those individuals.
What's shocking here is that he went to approximately 50 locations in the span of 11 hours before he carried out the attack. Priyank, stay on with us. Let me go across to my colleague Mohit Om, who's been tracking all the details. मोहित ओम, हमें पता चल रहा है कि 11 घंटे वो दिल्ली के आसपास घूमा है डॉक्टर उमर और 50 लोकेशन सेंट्रल दिल्ली, नॉर्थ ईस्ट, ईस्ट दिल्ली बिफोर शाम को उन्होंने काफी बड़ा अटैक कैरी आउट किया है. क्या कुछ पुलिस ने ट्रेस किया है अभी तक? क्या लोकेशन सामने आई हैं दिल्ली से?
हाँ बिल्कुल, देखिए दिल्ली जब ये फरीदाबाद से सुबह 8:13 पे दिल्ली की तरफ आता है, इसका पहला सीसीटीवी फुटेज जो है बदरपुर बॉर्डर पर नजर आता है. हालांकि पुलिस के पास इसका एक दिन पहले का भी रोड मैप है, जब ये फरीदाबाद से निकलकर मेवात, फरीदपुर, झिरका, दिल्ली मुंबई एक्सप्रेस वे पर गया था, जहां पे इसने रात गुजारी थी. वहां से वापस फरीदाबाद आता है, फरीदाबाद से फिर दिल्ली की तरफ एंटर करता है 10 नवंबर को. और दिल्ली में करीब ये कई ऐसी लोकेशंस पे गया है जहां पे पुलिस को सीसीटीवी फुटेज मिले हैं और करीब 50 सीसीटीवी फुटेज जो है पुलिस के पास थे. अगर दिल्ली पुलिस के जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स हैं उनके अकॉर्डिंग अगर बात करें तो ये सबसे पहले साउथ ईस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट में आता है. वहां पे कई जगहों पे देखा जाता है. वहां से ईस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट जाता है. ईस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट में मयूर विहार और अक्षरधाम होते हुए ये सेंट्रल डिस्ट्रिक्ट के रिंग रोड पहुंचता है. वहां से ये नॉर्थ डिस्ट्रिक्ट की तरफ बढ़ता है. नॉर्थ डिस्ट्रिक्ट से नॉर्थ वेस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट जाता है, जहां पे अशोक विहार में ये कुछ खाना खाने के लिए रुकता है. और बाद में ये वापस जो है वो नॉर्थ दिल्ली होते हुए सेंट्रल दिल्ली आता है, जहां पे एक मस्जिद के अंदर रुकता है. मस्जिद में इसने 15 मिनट का वहां पे ये रुका है. और उसके बाद ये 3:19 पर लाल किले की पार्किंग में चला जाता है. वहां पे करीब घंटे बिताने के बाद इसने पूरे ब्लास्ट को अंजाम दिया। तो यानी ये जगह जगह दिल्ली के अंदर ट्रैवल कर रहा था और दिल्ली पुलिस का कहना है कि इसने एक लंबी दूरी तय करी है 8 घंटे के भीतर, क्योंकि 3 घंटे इसने लाल किला पार्किंग बताए हैं, उससे पहले जो 8 घंटे थे उसमें इसने दिल्ली की कई ऐसी लोकेशंस पे गया है और इसके जो फुटेज नजर आ रहे हैं उसमें पुलिस को गाड़ी एक लिमिटेड स्पीड पे चलती हुई नजर आ रही है, यानी बहुत ज्यादा तेजी में इसकी गाड़ी नहीं चल रही थी, लेकिन इसके फुटेज जो है वो दिल्ली पुलिस लगातार ट्रैक करते हुए उसका पूरा रूट बनाया है और पता लगाने की कोशिश कर रही है कि इन जगहों पे क्या करने गया था, क्या कोई अपना।
All right, stay on with us, Mohitom. We have another breaking update coming in on your screens. Are the visual of Umar Nabi. In fact, we'll try and connect with the reporter to find out from where this, photo was captured from. But it appears to be from a CCTV camera. As my colleague mentioned, before he carried out the attack, he went to as many as 50 locations across the national capital. Let me bring in my colleague Bhavtosh Singh, who has all the details. Bhavtosh, we are showing our viewers another photo of the suspected bomber in this case, Dr. Umar Nabi. Tell us, where is this, CCTV grab is from?
Well, this CCTV grab is from Red Fort, near Red Fort, on Monday, just hours before the blast happened. He can be seen roaming in and around Red Fort. You can also see very clearly that Umar Nabi, the doctor, was found there at Red Fort. Now, there are various grabs and CCTV footage that have been accessed by security agencies. What it in fact shows is that Umar Nabi, after 3 p.m. or in fact clearly at 3 p.m. He parked his car and then subsequently roamed around the area. At around 6:48 p.m. he went out of that Red Fort parking and then blew the car. Yesterday we showed the visuals of the impact of the blast and the kind of destruction happened. Now, Umar Nabi left Faridabad at around 7:13 in the morning, and then subsequently roamed around the city and also in NCR area. Entered Red Fort at around 3 p.m. and then subsequently parked the car for nearly 3 hours, and then the blast happened. Now, what the security agency said, that he knew that the entire module has been busted. He was aware of the fact that the module, after being busted, can lead to his being arrested, and then he panicked. Now the question is whether the blast that happened outside the Red Fort was a premeditated one, or it happened because he was under panic. Now that's being investigated. At the same time, Omar's DNA sample has been matched, so it is clearly he is the person who is the bomber as far as the case is concerned. The death toll in this case now stands at around 12. Some of the body parts are still to be matched, so the investigation in this case continues. Back to you.
Absolutely. In fact, Umar parked his car in a parking lot 3 to 4 hours before he carried out the attack. But Bhavtosh, do tell us about what the investigating agencies are saying about his presence inside that parking lot. Was he waiting for any sort of any go-ahead from his handlers there in Pakistan? What are agencies saying about this?
Well, as far as his presence in the parking lot is concerned, it's being investigated as to what led to him being parking his car there for such a long time. What was the purpose to park his car there for such a long period of time, for nearly 3 hours? What did he do there? Was he taking an inspections, or was he contemplating something, or was there something bigger plan that he was? There was a bigger plan for him. Remember, yesterday, Times Now broke a story that he had told other accused in this case that he was planning to carry out something spectacular. The other accused in this case had also said that he wanted to carry out a blast that could have coincided with the destruction of Babri Masjid. So there were many plans that Umar had. He also wanted to carry out multiple bombing across the country, and that's the reason why such a huge amount of ammonium nitrate was smuggled in Faridabad. He was also touched with his handlers through a signal app. This handler was based out of Turkey. Some of these accused had visited Turkey in 2022. So there are a series of events that have taken place that has surrounded this entire case. But what he was exactly doing for past 3 hours inside that parking is something that would be unraveled once NIA take over this case and start investigating the other accused and start questioning them. because 7 of these accused were arrested on Monday itself. Now, those who were arrested include Muzammil, who was very close to him. Their friendship dates back to 2018. Adil, the doctor, who in fact was the first one to be arrested, he was the one who was pasting the posters of Jaish-e-Mohammed. Shaheen, Dr. Shaheen, the woman doctor, was also arrested in this case. So there were several of those notes of this module who were arrested.
Right.
What was he doing inside that parking is something that will be deciphered at a later stage.
Absolutely. And important to mention here is that, in fact, this DNA from the spot has matched with the DNA sampling of Umar's family there in Pulwama. So we now know for sure that it was Umar that carried out the attack. Thank you so much, Bhaktosh, for all the details.